Mike, welcome back to Two Whites and a Blue podcast. Doing this from a socially safe quarantine distance. And boys, like always, what'd you spend your money on last week?
Oh, I don't know. Not much, man. I haven't left my house and I've been going on short walks like every day. Other than that, I honestly had no Amazon orders or anything. Actually, I ordered a book yesterday because I'm almost done my book because I've been good this week, productive as fuck. So ordered one book and that was it.
Did you count reading as being productive?
Yep. Compared to what I was doing before.
What were you doing last week besides pounding back gummy candies?
Nothing. Playing RuneScape. Sitting here like this.
Yeah.
Chilling.
This is like the one time where this is encouraged. Stay inside and do nothing. Don't talk to anyone. Be a nerd. Be a loser.
And no.
Don't ever wear anything other than sweatpants. I've been wearing sweatpants every fucking day. If I don't go to work, sweatpants. Fuck it.
Why would you wear anything but sweatpants? Nobody wears jeans around the house.
I was just rocking jeans the other day, and then like halfway through the chill, I was like, "What am I doing?" And I just switched because like it was such a waste wearing the fucking denim. I'm like, "What am I looking good for?"
I put a pair of jeans on yesterday to go for a walk just because like I hadn't worn them in so long. I needed to feel like a normal person again. But I'm right back in the sweats.
I've been doing the shorts.
Really?
I'm too cold. I got shorts on today.
I do. I consider shorts in the same category. Yeah, shit that you chill at the house in.
Exactly. Shit to quarantine and chill in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you spend your money on, Mike? Anything good?
No, nothing. Like anything, just groceries and bills came out. Other than that, nothing.
I haven't even been buying groceries. Oh, fuck. It's been so nice.
We had an interesting conversation at 617 today about what it might look like if you moved into our house for the quarantine, Mike.
If I did?
Yeah, if you moved into 617.
What do you mean?
I bet you the dry quarantine would be a lot harder, that's for sure.
Are you still working?
They just closed down my shit today. I just got a text from my foreman. I worked like a day and a half last week.
Yeah, but Ford.
Only one site was open, and then there's two sites open, and they just shut this one down. Like, because they did the construction ban or whatever. That was today. Just okay. I don't really care about not working right now because I just completely fucked my ankle so bad. Not 3 hours ago.
Doing what?
Running. I was just running across, like cutting across King Street, and there was a car coming, so I was just looking at it, letting it go. I was like already on the road, right? Just kind of letting it go and then booking it past. And then I just didn't look down, pothole, just dummied my ankle into it. It was one of those ones, like, I don't know, have you ever bit a fork? Have you ever done that?
This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Okay, go ahead.
It's a really shitty feeling. You're like, ooh, like you just kind of got to stop and think about it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like you do it by mistake, kind of like jars your tooth.
Yeah, like by mistake, like you're eating, right? You're just sending it, like, and then you just crunch your fork and like on your molars. It's like one of the most fucking brutal feelings ever. Maybe I just eat like a savage. You guys don't seem to agree or fucking meeting me on this one.
I've never done it where it hurts.
It's not that it hurts. It's just such a fucking like, ooh, like shock to your system. That's what it was when I hit the pothole. Like my ankle just rolled. I felt a pop, and it was just like one of those just shocking, like, oh, did I just fuck my ankle up? Because if I did, I'm
pop.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was like the tendon rolling over the bone snapping, which I don't think it was, or like
you walked home. It definitely, I don't think it was.
Exactly.
Not the bone. Yeah,
exactly, and that, or it was like my ankle just hitting the edge outside of the pothole, just in a weird way.
Maybe.
It was fucking shitty, man. It was a hard roll. It fucking sucked ass. I'm just sitting there, just like, oh fuck.
The ankle hitting the side of the pothole is almost worse than the bone snapping. Like to turn that much.
Bro, it was brutal. It was a hard roll for sure. It sucked walking home. Like I was like breathless the whole way home. Like one of those.
That's good.
Because you're so out of shape.
Yeah. That's the thing that's pissing me off. I've been fucking killing it. Now, oh, too bad. Now you gotta sit down for a long time.
How much weight have you guys gained or lost in the last month?
I don't know. A lot, probably. My pants are lost. My pants are all fitting looser for sure. I haven't been on a scale. I don't even know what I was before I started this, but I've just been like eating very healthy. Like I haven't been out for food. I haven't had any like fast food or anything in like 3 weeks. And just like not exercising. And when I go to the gym, I gain weight.
Mike, what about you?
I've lost, I think, 6. I think I started at 208. Now I'm at 202.
6 lbs. I think probably I'm around the same, but I am starting to notice this morning when I got out of the shower.
You're 202?
No, he's probably lost 6.
Who's 202?
No fucking way you're 202.
Who's
You.
Mike's 2? No,
I'm
Mike said
202.
202.
Yeah, but you said I'm the same.
No. I didn't say that. No. I'm
Says
not
lost 6
202.
pounds.
I'm not
You'd
202.
be
I said I'm
fucking huge.
I'm the same weight. I'm the same weight, I think, as I was before I
Oh,
started.
like you haven't fucking moved.
Holy fuck! You thought I just said I was 202? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I don't know.
No, definitely not.
You could be dense, man.
Definitely not. I'm like 170. I think I'm about the same now as I was when I stopped going to the gym. But I noticed this morning getting out of the shower, and you guys probably the same way. When you get out of the shower, all your muscles are warm, look shredded coming out of the shower. All this morning, I started
shredded always. So
I'm starting to look a little doughy, a little bit.
yeah, I don't even have a mirror in my bathroom. So
please get doughy, eh,
you don't have
bud?
a mirror in your bathroom?
No.
Well,
we just redid it. Well, we redid it like maybe like a month and a half ago, and it just never got around to putting the mirror back up because the old mirror doesn't go with the new bathroom, so we just never went and did it. Now it's too late.
So now you just don't know what you look like. You haven't seen yourself in 3 weeks.
Not up close and personal. I do have a full-length mirror in my room, but it's dark over there. My skin is looking nice, though. I'll say that.
Good skin, yeah.
Thank fucking God.
Good stuff. That's really good to know. Glad to hear
Porcelain.
that. I spent my money 5 minutes later. I spent my money last week on a couple things. One, I bought the FWP in Hamilton. Free shout out to FWP. Vegetable box with eggs. I don't know if you guys have seen this deal.
Oh, I saw it on Kenzie's Instagram.
That box has to weigh 25 pounds.
Full of just vegetables and eggs?
Vegetables and eggs. It's like potatoes, garlic, $40.
Worth it?
Yeah, definitely worth it. We've been eating it for the last like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, okay, a week.
We can't eat enough. Kenzie today must have had like a half pound of lettuce for dinner or with dinner. And she's saying to herself while she's eating it, she's going, it's better if I just stuff my face and if we throw it out. Like we're trying to get through it as much as we can, but there's just so much of it. Like we've had nothing but vegetables all week.
Will he buy it again then?
Yeah, 100% I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
Plus you get 32 eggs.
Jesus Christ.
That's a fucking ton.
That's a lot, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we eat like 4 or 5 eggs a day here, so why not? Fuck, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I've been eating eggs every morning now too. I'm off the oatmeal for now.
Eggs are great in the morning.
My mom's just been doing all the grocery shopping. It's fucking nice, so nice. I haven't even been in a store in weeks and weeks. And my mom she did she's on the Walmart curbside pickup.
Oh, no way.
Big time. Yeah, big time. She said she just pulls up and pops her trunk, and they just put it in the trunk for her. She doesn't even get out of the car or and nothing. And it's free.
Do they ask for a tip? They come to the windows. Can you help me?
Yeah. And then she just drives away.
Reduced hours. Help me.
Just washing the windows with a shitty paper towel, making it worse.
Are you guys? So you see today. We won't talk too much about COVID because I don't really want to. There's been enough fucking bad news the last little while, but I do want to touch on one thing.
Finally.
Yeah, I haven't even been watching.
The American government, not an hour ago, just had their presser, old Donald there, and he said that he's asking every American on a voluntary basis, quote unquote voluntary basis, to wear anything covering their mouth when they go outside.
Really?
Jesus.
Anything. This mask thing is going to be a complete unraveling of faith in institutions. And as our friends in the media say, I'm here for it.
You are here for it, eh?
Fuck all those people, man.
Yeah. I don't know. You think it's going to be crazy? People are going to start hoarding masks now for themselves shit?
People probably already have a bunch of masks kicking around.
Fucking... Oh.
I got one in my room. It's not a good one though. It's like a fucking surgeon. It's like a dentist mask.
You can make them out of the girls at work are putting stuff in our Slack chat about making them out of 2 or 3 layers of old denim, sewing old layers of denim together.
Oh my god.
Yeah, apparently it works. Because denim's pretty dense cotton. So
yeah, how do you breathe through that? Imagine breathing through 2-3 pairs of jeans.
Yeah, well, breathing is not important. We're just trying to survive.
Yeah. It's true. What? If you go outside, everyone just hold the breath. Leave the house, everyone just hold your breath.
Anyway, Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this week's episode. Last week we talked about doing album reviews. We assigned each other 2 albums per man. So I gave you guys 1 album each, and then you guys gave me 1 album each, and so on and so on. So altogether, we're reviewing 6 albums tonight. Now, my opinion, the way this should go, is I will I don't want to go first. I want one of you guys to go first, but you'll do both your albums back to back. You'll finish your review, and the other 2 people on the line will only speak when you ask if there's questions or comments because you want an answer to something. Does that sound about right?
Only speak when spoken to.
I don't know. You want to do that? Sure.
I don't care.
Who wants to go first? Gotta be one of you guys. The
Johnny Nut.
It's got to be it. Johnny Nut.
Johnny Nut.
Okay, fine. I'll just read off my cue cards here.
You gotta say. So all I want is you gotta say who gave you the album, what the album was, and if you want someone to pipe in, then you gotta tell them to pipe in.
So I'm just gonna finish a sentence and be like, "All right, Joey, pipe in."
Whatever you want. If you want someone to pipe in after a sentence, then you tell them to pipe in.
I'm not gonna tell you to pipe in. I don't. All right. Okay, so I did 2 albums. One from Mike was Swollen Members, Bad, and one from Joey was Fabulous. It's fabulous, eh?
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah, fabulous.
It's not fab. It's not you. It's
fabulous.
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
I know.
He spells his fucking name 30 times a song. FABOLOUS. Everyone knows this.
I didn't know that until I looked it up. I was like, oh, it's not fabulous. It's fabulous. But anyways. So both albums were released very, very close together. I think that the Swollen Members Bad Dreams, which is way older than I thought it was released in 2001. And I was 10 when that came out. So, I guess I should bring up the fucking questions. The criteria.
Well, you don't have to go. I'm going to the criteria last in my reviews. I'll tell you that. I have a bunch of notes, and then I'm going to the criteria last.
Well, my notes are the criteria.
Okay, that's all right.
Same here.
I don't know. Same. Well, What else do you have to say about it? Okay, so
Joey's doing extra credit. What a bird.
Yeah, well, Joey made the fucking quiz. Okay. So the first, I don't even have the questions written down. I'm just gonna assume what they are based on what I wrote down. This is easily the most prep we've ever done for a podcast, and has nothing to do with finance. Period. Okay.
How
So I
many
think the first
got sold?
Yeah. Not a ton.
I bought one.
How many streams?
I bought one.
I know you did. Okay, Mike was the only person that I knew that had a Swollen Members album. I don't know why the Swollen Members always had such a bad connotation around their name. They were kind of like a one-hit wonder, sort of joke for some reason. Because this album was pretty good. I actually enjoyed, I would say, well, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. So let's say I enjoyed 75% of it. That's the last question though. So let's start with number 1. Okay, so I think number 1 was Joey. Do you have the criteria there, Joey?
I can pull up the questions. Hold on. I'm just looking to see if I. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me pull them up.
Just do an interview style.
Oh, I wrote my answers, but you're right. I didn't write the questions down on my notebook. I had the questions somewhere else.
Yeah, they're on our chat, but I don't want to pause this. So
the questions are.
I think the first one was.
The first question was, did you like the album now on this most recent listen? Why or why not?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I liked it on this most recent listen. To be honest, I think the whole idea was to give someone an album they'd never listened to. So I hadn't really listened to this album before. I've heard, after listening to it, I only knew 3 songs off of it. But yeah, I liked it. I think everyone knows the 1 or 2 songs that are on this album, which were Fuel Injected and what the fuck is the last one, Mike? What is the last one?
Like the one that we know, be Deep End.
No. Deep End is definitely the hottest track.
Oh, Bring It Home.
Bring It Home. Yeah. Yeah, Bring It Home.
I'm actually still writing questions to ask you when you're done your review.
Oh my God.
Pay attention,
All right.
man.
Well, anyway, so like, yeah. So obviously, I did like it. It's like way not what you expect in an album at all. Like Fuel Injected is like so not a good indication of what Swole Members is or that album is like at all.
No.
It's like, Fuel Injected. Sorry to cut you off. It's Fuel Injected. That one's like.
I thought we were only speaking when spoken
stop,
to.
Take a minute to remember.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Will. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'd rather this than me just go and be like, all right, now what do you guys think? Yeah, there's way more like of a 90s vibe than I expected there to be. Because Fuel Injected is just like, you don't even know what the fuck that is. But then the rest of the album, it's just way different. And there actually is like songs with like, yeah, I know it was 2001, but even like then I would never have considered Swole Members like boom bap. But there's like a bunch of boom bap songs, and like DJ Babu did some songs. I think he was on Dilated Peoples, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Evidence is on there too. Yeah, overall I generally liked it, and I was surprised by it. It's Jurassic 5. That guy from Jurassic 5 is in it.
Which guy?
The guy with the only guy that you have a noticeable voice. I don't even know.
Charlie Tuna.
Charlie Tuna.
Yeah.
It's the purple hermit monster.
Yeah, that boy.
To the turbo.
He's in a track. Which I was shocked about too. Yeah, he's.
I gotta get this album now.
It's good.
Yeah, he could do no wrong on a beat for sure. So second question, I think it was, did you like it when this album was released?
No. The second question is, oh yeah, that's right. Did you like it when it was released? You're right. I have it worded differently, but you're right about that.
Okay, well, I was 10 years old when it was released, so I have no idea if I would have liked it, but like...
Can I interrupt?
Interrupt.
I wanted to say that you didn't like it because I got made fun of so much for having that CD. So much by everyone. I got blipped every fucking day. Everybody made fun of me for fucking having that.
And we
don't
never
even know
listen
why.
To it. I don't
even know why. I was like, wow,
man.
Injected
was like a decent track. Like we knew it was probably on like, I don't know, some fucking big Shiny Tunes or Now or like.
It was on Much Music a ton.
Or it's probably one of those. And that was a decent track, but like I don't know why it just had such a bad connotation. Where I was like, oh fucking, huh?
Yeah, Will's cutting out.
Will, you're going into the Matrix. Sounds like the government doesn't want us to hear what you're saying. They're constantly scrambling your voice.
We can't let him reveal this information about swollen members.
Can you hear us, Will?
Yeah.
Well,
oh no,
he's just locked up.
We're gonna start now.
Will, are you still there, Will?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello.
You're cutting out.
Hello.
Turn your Wi-Fi up to 100 or whatever. Get it going. What's going on around here?
Wi-Fi's on, man.
Me and Mike are just
the problem is that it's on my Wi-Fi.
Talking to a fucking robot.
Yeah, how was the album?
He dipped out of the video. Oh no. This album review is suffering big time.
Holy fuck.
I have some questions to ask Will about swollen members. I'm very curious if he has the answers.
Yo.
Yes.
Okay, are we good to go here?
See you on video.
Huh? Why aren't I on video?
I don't know.
This sucks. Are we ever gonna figure this fucking shit out?
Okay.
Open your door.
My door?
Yeah, your door. Like the door. Is it closed? Open it.
Oh, it's open. It's closed. I don't fucking feel like opening it.
You have to open it. Otherwise, the Wi-Fi doesn't get through.
Well, the fucking windows are open.
It doesn't work like that.
The Wi-Fi's not outside.
The Wi-Fi is the problem, okay? The Wi-Fi is the problem.
Why don't you just go record the podcast next to the router?
Because the Wi-Fi isn't the problem down here. The problem is because there is no Wi-Fi. So the problem is when it tries to connect to the Wi-Fi because it thinks it reads a couple bars and then the bars drop to 1 or 0 and then I get this fucking glitch. So if I just stay off the Wi-Fi, it should be fine.
But now there's no video on. We can't see you. You have to turn your video on manually.
What? Why?
It's probably because it doesn't want to drain your fucking data.
Oh my God.
I
have it.
No, for the audio only crowd. This is good. There you are.
You guys are both wrong. I know. I turned it off by accident.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, so I'm wrong. You turned it off by accident. Okay, go ahead. Continue with your.
Okay.
I'm in DJ Babu, Charlie.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think where I left off was saying that it was 10 when I came out. Mike loved it. I hated it for some reason. Didn't listen to it. Gave him a hard time. I don't know why Mike had it when he was so young. You were 8 years old when this album came out. No way you had it.
I had it. I tricked my parents. It had like a different parental advisory sticker on it. Do you know how some are explicit content, some are explicit lyrics?
Oh yeah.
So I could like trick them into being like, oh, this one's not that bad. It's just explicit lyrics. It's not explicit content, like it's just words. Like Eminem, there's like fucking
stuff, but
Ken Kniff skits and like the weirdest shit ever. Like,
yeah, true.
I understand that. Limp Bizkit had some fucking good skits too, but like, oh man, yeah, I don't know. I could trick them into getting me that one, and then Gorillaz, but Gorillaz wasn't even fucking bad. It was just parental advisory.
Yeah, you didn't know what you're getting yourself into with that Gorillaz album. There was like a punk song on it. There was like fucking classical music. There was everything. But so you had this album at your old house. So you were fucking young.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just remember it was the only thing I had. It was the only one I had that was swearing in it. So
maybe that's why I thought it was like so lame, because you had it and you were like 8 years old.
Probably. It's just like getting me the shitty like cereal CDs. That's all I'm allowed to have. Just fucking alphabets with fucking Mr. Rogers and shit. It's the only thing safe enough for my child's virgin ears.
This conversation.
Oh yeah, it's tough. This sucks, man. I want to fucking sit at the table again.
No, what do you mean? This is good. I like it.
In
Keep
2
going.
years.
Yeah, I know, but I still want to do that. I'm so stir crazy in here, man. Like I was thinking about, sorry to completely change subject from the album review, but I was thinking about what I was saying last week. I was like, man, I should have been saying that stuff. Like I'm fucking saying some dumb shit on this podcast. Stuck in this goddamn. Oh yeah, I'm just listening to it. I'm like, stuff I shouldn't really say,
Mike, I'm coming to your house. I'm coming to your house tomorrow night. If you've been stuck at home too, we could fucking do a live one tomorrow night.
I would be fired up. 6 feet away.
Whoa. Yeah, so 6 feet
distancing.
Away.
The cables are 10 feet long.
Yeah, true. I'm down.
I'll bring this shit. We'll see what goes on. Okay, keep telling me about this Family Members album.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that was that. I can't really fucking speak on. Obviously, Mike can speak on it more of how much I didn't like it or did like it when it came out. So apparently didn't like it. Didn't even listen to it. Didn't like it though. Should have given it a chance probably, but fuck it. I think the number 3 was, what is the album good for? Like, what situational?
It was hold on, sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, this album definitely had like lots of variety. You could like chill to it. There was like I don't know if like partying if you could party to it or not.
What is partying though? Is partying like having a bunch of people over and just having beers, or is partying like a university party where everybody is fucking lit and there's a room dedicated to dancing? Like what kind of party are we talking about?
Well, you're definitely not dancing to this. That's for fucking sure.
What, dance some hardcore hip hop?
Yeah. Hardcore kill hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You could like definitely commit suicide to this.
Holy fuck.
But
oh my god, we're only 20 minutes in.
But like I would never feel comfortable like putting these songs, maybe some of them, on at like even like a party that we were having with like the Gutties, Like maybe like Fuel Injected and a couple other songs. Like Deep End obviously, but like for the most part, there's songs that you just like listen to alone and like appreciate.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Okay, number 4. What is that? Your favorite track on the album?
That's the best song on the album. Yep.
Okay, Deep End is definitely the heat, because the beat is like, it's so sick. I knew it a little bit before, but I'd only heard it a few times. But apparently, it's the NBA Live 2002 main track song.
Fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is.
The beat.
Good,
I don't know if it's the whole album.
there. I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fucking dope. Man, we used to sleep at Will's house growing up, and like we just pass out with the Xbox on, and then that song, just the beat was just playing when we're sleeping. I just remember it so vividly.
I don't know why I had NBA Live. Yeah. NBA Live 2002. Who was on the cover?
Fuck.
Remember?
Oh my god, who the fuck was that?
2003 was Jason Kidd, so 2002 was probably
JYD, Jerome Williams.
No way.
The Junkyard Dog.
No, was it?
He was number 6. He was number 6, I think.
Was it Kobe?
No,
I don't think it was Kobe. Was
he
AI in there?
AI was 2000.
Yeah.
I'll look that.
Oh, okay, you go ahead. I think he's number 6.
Whoever it is?
Whoever it is, yeah.
Whoever it is.
I think it is number 6.
It's Steve Francis.
Oh, Steve, really?
Yeah.
Or was it live or was it 2K, Will?
No, it was live. NBA Live.
I don't know if it was Steve Francis. Maybe it was.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Franchise.
Oh, it was for Xbox though.
It was a good fucking game though. Yeah, AI was 2K, so it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't that. But yeah, no, that game was fucking heat.
Yeah, that's why that song has like so much nostalgia, because it was like, because you played it maybe like a couple of years ago, and I was like, what the fuck song is this? And you were like, yeah, it's Swole Members. I was like, no fucking way, because I'd only ever heard Fuel Injected, and I was like, they don't make this kind of music. I was like, they make fucking whatever the fuck that is. Instantly wrote them off entirely after hearing one song that was pretty good.
Funny, okay.
These guys fucking suck. Their hit's pretty good, but they must be shit. Their hit doesn't fucking portray any of their other songs.
This hit is really great, but I bet their other stuff is fucking terrible.
I'm not even gonna dive into them. Yeah.
What's the point?
That's that fucking DJ Shadow beat.
Yeah.
Owner.
That's like Bob being like, yeah, man, Will Ferrell fucking sucks. Elf, sick movie, only one I've seen, but
yeah. Hates Will Ferrell.
He fucking sucks.
Will Ferrell was just on an episode of Hot Ones. And I texted Bob. I saw that. Not watching it. Just not down. Just hates him.
I can't believe he's not watching it.
He's not watching the Haunt Ones.
Okay, what else? Go to number 5. What's the next? I forget the next question.
Least favorite song.
Okay.
Probably Total Package. There was a song. I don't know. They were like, I liked all of them for the most part, because they're all like, they're very consistent. Like a lot of the beats, they all like, a lot of them sound the same. But yeah, like there was a song called Total Package. Probably like, I'm just probably the least likely to go listen to it again. I would probably listen to the whole album again and like not skip a song, because that's how like consistent it is.
Really? It's that good?
I mean, it's like, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I didn't know what Total Package was.
Into that kind of shit at all? Yeah. What's number 6?
I don't really like Total Package either.
Probably. What's number 6, Joe?
If this album was released today, how would it be received?
Oh, honestly, I think it would be received probably just as well as it was before, because it has a pretty niche market anyways, that like if you're like a Swole Member fan or like a fan of that genre kind of hasn't changed a whole lot, so like it would probably be just as well received now. I mean,
what is that genre?
I don't know. They're like their own like kind of little, they're kind of like, not really like, I mean, I would put them in the same pod as like Jedi Mind Tricks, even like, I guess newer Jedi Mind Tricks type shit, you know, kind of like underground, but kind of accidentally made a hit, but then the rest of their album that isn't like that, you know. So I would say like still like would be just as well received as it was back then. What's number 7?
7 is Will the album stand the test of time?
The TOT. The TOT.
I said, I mean, it'll stand the test of time for sure for like Swole Member fans and fans of the genre, because like that was like their OG classic album, and that like I'm sure that's I have no fucking clue. Straight talking out like my ass again, but I feel like that's probably their best album, and like their most like their biggest hit has been on that album. So if like if you're a fan or if you like that genre, then like people will always go back to that album. So overall, like I'm not gonna show my grandkids this album, but like I'm sure like
for you.
Yeah, Mike's fucking grandkid is gonna have to show my grandkid it.
Yeah. Yo, this is what my dad has.
Yeah. He got this when he was 8.
My dad's gonna my kid's gonna be like, my dad said that fucking sucked.
Yeah, don't walk with it too fast; it'll skip.
Yeah.
Finally, the last question. What do you give it out of 10?
I said 7.5 out of 10. I think it was pretty solid. A lot of the songs very similar, but I think overall this was a theme for both the albums that I reviewed was. It did not need to be 18 tracks. It could have been 15, 14, you know? Like, there's no need to, like, keep piling the songs on when they all sound very much the same. Like, just, like, trim a little fat, and then that would have been up to an 8 out of 10 for sure.
Okay. I have 2 questions about this album that I want to ask both of you guys. One is how many people you think that didn't know about Swollen Members at the time, or even if they did know about Swollen Members, if you had played them another song off the album that wasn't Fuel Injected or Bring It Home or Take It Home, whatever the other song was, if you played that album for them now, apart from those 2 songs, would they know that it was Swollen Members, or would you have to remind them who it was?
You'd probably have to remind them who it was. Not a lot of people listen to him. Certain people would know.
I think in my head, I can like remember that guy's voice, the white guy's voice.
Mad Child, yeah.
He's got a very, very distinguished voice. A very recognizable voice.
Prev 1's pretty much like he can be like a lot of people have like similar styles to him, I guess. He's pretty good though.
Yeah, but his voice like more so blends in with other people's voices.
Yeah,
whereas like Mad Child is like it's like
piercing
very like,
nasally.
You can tell he's super white. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like
a lot of drugs.
Like not comparing him to Eminem, but it's like kind of as like distinguishes him. Do you know what I mean? Like you can easily tell him from you know what I mean? You know who Eminem is. You can hear his fucking voice.
Like on those like party songs when there's like fucking 15 people, like if Mad Child came on with a verse, your ears would like prick up and like be like, oh, something different is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Not necessarily.
Just that on the mic.
Just different.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't put him on at a party.
The second question I have is it weird to you that no teacher or coach or otherwise like authority figure ever gave anybody a hard time about the brand name Swollen Members? How come I never heard anything about that when I was a kid? I was in like grade 7 or 8 when that came out, and no one ever fucking told me, hey, why are you listening to Swollen Members? No one ever said it.
Nobody got it.
Nuts? No, they got it. We didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I had no idea.
I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, they got it though.
No, I had no idea. It's just like any other band name. Like I don't even think about what it actually means. You know,
and it's like,
that's
Butthole Surfers.
Butthole Surfers. Yeah, classic. Yeah, sick name.
How did that just slip through the cracks? People say it without even breaking a smile. They don't even think
about
it.
How did Butthole Surfers slip through the cracks? That was genius.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, people say it and they don't even flinch.
But
they're just like, oh yeah, the Butthole Surfers are coming. They don't.
I don't think that like my mom or like Oopie or whatever was like gonna be quick to be like, hey kids, you know what Swollen Members is, right? I'm like 8 years old and I'm 10. Like they're not gonna.
I know it's 8.
It's like Will's probably just like, I think I'm starting to just learn about those. 10 years old.
How young you were getting that album.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're gonna love it. It's only explicit content, Mom. Let me tell you, Mom. I'm 8 years old. I'll figure this out for you.
I had fucking the Blink-182 take off your pants and jacket. Another play on words I didn't understand. I'm assuming nobody did either. Yeah. Like none of you guys did. I'm literally just thinking like, what? It's like my parents called me out on it, and I'm like, what? Like it's just like taking off your pants and your jacket. Like that's all it means, right? And then they're just like, I say like, let me have it, but they were so not down to let me have it. Like they were so on the fence the whole time.
What does take off your pants and jacket mean?
What?
What does take off your pants and jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, jacket. Oh. I just got that. Oh, no. Oh, no. I had no idea.
So, yeah. My parents were a little ambivalent about having that CD. Yeah.
I never thought about that. Oh my god, 20 years later. Fuck. Well, there you go. Okay. Mike, you got any more questions about fucking swollen members or no?
No, I'm good.
You want me to move on to my next one?
Well, hold on. Before you move on, let's ask Mike, since he's the one who gave you that CD. Do you agree with the rating? 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that'd probably be what I give it. I like them more, but that doesn't mean that's a pretty accurate assessment, I would say.
Yeah, that's for me. That's not like for like the
fat. You're right.
Huh?
There's a lot of fat on the album for sure. I agree, big time.
Well, like 18 tracks. Yeah, I don't know. It is definitely unnecessarily.
Yeah, that was like one of the things when we were doing this. I was like, fuck, I hope these aren't like 18, 19, 20 song fucking albums. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Both of mine were like 18 and 20 songs.
Mike, you were hoping that you wouldn't get an 18-song album, and yet I think you signed me a 40-song album. I'm pretty sure there's 100 songs on that fucking CD.
Okay. It's
pretty sure there was 140 tracks on that album, that LP.
Yeah, I'm signing you the Necro discography.
Holy fuck.
Well, because they listen to the track and then the instrumental after.
I had to finish dinner today. I couldn't fucking get through it this afternoon while I was working. I'm like, I can't listen to this while I'm working. This is not the right kind of music for this. Anyway, okay, Will, what's your next album? Go ahead.
Okay, so Joey assigned me Fabulous Real Talk.
Oh, sick.
I think it came out 2004, I believe. So I was 13. I was able to create some more in-depth thoughts back then, but still not a huge in the Fabulous train. Okay, so question number one was, did you like it?
Do you like the album now?
Now? Yeah, okay. Hey, man, I'm fucking going first here, bud.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, so I did like it, but I mean, I'm not sure it's for everyone, but I do have a thing for like early 2000s rap for some reason. It's a very odd genre. It's like not quite party music. It's not quite gym music. Some of it is, but it's like still kind of hype. It doesn't really have a setting. Like if you put these songs into a movie, I don't know what would be going on in the movie. You know, there's not really like a setting for these songs.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Yeah, I like that too.
They're just like kind of I like them, but like I don't know why. And like I like them. They kind of get you hype a little bit, but like they're just to chill with yourself. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I like old Lloyd Banks shit, Nelly, Game, Santana, Diplomats. Like it falls into like that category. If you listen to any of that kind of shit, you would definitely not be disappointed with this album. Number two again, yeah. So I was 13 when this came out, and it wasn't really on my radar, but I think that I would have liked it because I had a bunch of that other shit that I just mentioned. Like I had like all the like some Diplomat shit, the Nelly albums, some Lloyd Banks, the G Unit album and shit, and it's like all like pretty much the same. So I definitely would have liked this when it came out too.
Okay. So you don't really have an answer, I guess, for number three, which is what's the album good for?
Yeah, so it basically kind of touched on that already. Like you
not
can't
movies.
Really definitely can score. Like Fabulous definitely could score a movie.
Let me give you the counterpoint to this, okay? Because I thought about this for the albums that I gave you guys, and for
this.
Yeah, and so for yours, I gave it some thought because when I was reviewing my own, I thought about this quite a bit, and because that's part of the equation for whether or not you like a song 10 years later is what you were doing with it when it came out, and for me, and probably for you guys though, maybe a little later because I'm a bit older, this was around the time when anybody and their brother could burn a CD or get an MP3 player. That was around this time.
Fuck yeah.
So for me, this was the time when I was like able to put a CD in somebody's car. I didn't drive at the time, but I was able to like bring a CD for a car ride or like bring a CD to basketball. This is the shit we're listening to before games. And so we're doing this kind of thing, right? That's what this is good for. Fabulous for me is gym and basketball music, nothing else.
Actually, okay, now that you mention it, I could see warming up to basketball. Like warming up to play a sport in it. Like I wouldn't want to like play a sport to it, but you can like warm up to it.
Yes.
That's like probably the perfect genre in it, warm up music. So I guess okay, if I think about it, then like warming up to play a game music, that's what it would be.
Very niche market.
Your calisthenics.
Very, very niche. Like
layup line music, that's what this is. It's all layup line music.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
You think Fabulous would be hyped to hear that? Well, your music's only really good for layups and lineups, so sorry, bud. Layup lineups. I couldn't even say that.
Layup line.
Layup line. Oh, sorry. Fabulous, sign here, please. That's all you're going to be used for.
Anyway, okay, keep going.
No, yeah. So you can't really like play this in front of people. Like, it would be super weird if I put this on at like a party with like any of the not the title tracks. Like, and there's like 3 singles maybe on this album. If I didn't put on Breathe or Real Talk or Can You Hear Me, it would be like, why did you put this on? Like, what is the end goal here? You know, it's not really getting people hyped. It's just kind of like, it's noise. It's good. I like it. But like, I would say if you didn't listen to this 15 years ago, you're going to have no attachment to it now. So you'd be like, well, why? I don't really get it, you know? Number 4. So my favorite track outside of those 3 that I just mentioned, so that weren't kind of hits, it was definitely Tit for Tat.
Yes, man. Fucking right. That's a fucking sick song, man.
Yeah, that's a fucking track.
I just wrote that down. I was going to criticize you at the end for saying those 3 songs. Tit for Tat is a fucking sick song. It's Pharrell Williams production.
Neptunes.
That's a fucking party song. Are you kidding me? That's a party tune. I have played that in Dundas, and the crowd likes that song.
Really?
Yes.
I find that I feel like it's just like, it's not like, I mean, it's obviously not like new age. You put that on, you instantly know it's from 2005 or 2004, yes. And like, if you didn't like that kind of shit back then, you'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" But Tit for Tat might be a bit of a because it's like Pharrell. People like fucking Pharrell, even if they don't. They just say they do because they're like, "Oh, he's kind of cool."
I think he has a vocal feature on that, right? He does the chorus. I'm pretty sure.
Pharrell does, yeah. He might do the chorus,
right.
But it's like the Neptunes production. Yeah, so that was definitely my favorite track. Probably even ahead of some of them because I've heard those ones so many times. My least favorite track was, I hate to say it, but it was the one with Sean Paul in it.
Oh,
it's
no.
all right. It's all right. That's a good song. I like that song. It's all right, baby. It's all right.
Sean Paul, man. Born for the hook.
Oh, I like that song.
I know.
You like that song. Damn.
It's just like different. The other songs are like very much the same, and I kind of like that style. But this one was just like, I didn't like the beat. It was kind of like off, a little bit off kilter for me. And just, I don't know. It just wasn't feeling it. What was number 6? If it was released today, it's so early 2000s that like everyone would be so confused if this album came out right now. It would be like it just wouldn't make any sense in this climate to release that album. Like, I think it would, people that people that listen to like early 2000s rap, they just listen to it because it was pop music back then, pretty much. Like this, like believe it or not, like Fabulous, like his hits on this were like pop music back then. So there's not. I just like I'm trying to compare it to like if someone came out with like a '90s vibe album now, there would be like hip hop heads and like people who would like get nostalgia and be like, oh shit, like that's like a timeless kind of style of rap is the '90s. I don't think that the early 2000s kind of rap was like timeless at all. It would just be like, oh, it was just pop music back then. So it wasn't really like, if you didn't grow up in it, you would be like, oh, fuck this. I think so. So I don't know. I think if it came out now, it would not have the same kind of success because it probably had a lot of success when it came out in 2004. I don't remember, but I'm assuming it had a lot of success.
Breathe has to be one of the biggest songs from my high school years, 01 to 04. It must have been one of the biggest songs.
Fabulous was pretty big, man. He was pretty big back in the day. Like for a like not a super long time, but he was definitely in the limelight for a bit.
For sure.
Worth mentioning, I think, Will, you said something there that I had written down here for the Fab album. So you're saying that the kind of pop music rap, like it's like pop rap. I think that the missing piece now for something like this is back in the day, like you're saying, like you don't really know what like Breathe is, like what you would do with it, what the song is for. So most of the time in like the early 2Ks and before that, you guys know this, like I'm not breaking any news to you guys, but one of the things that used to come with music was the video. And so the video for Breathe was like the murder scene, the hospital, and it was like Fab and someone dying and the whole thing.
It was like a story.
Thing, right? That's right. And so you remember like the thing I always point to about this when I talk about music is the Like Toy Soldiers video is the same way. Where they got the whole scene set up and they talked about like the Ja Rule beef and all this other stuff. And the whole thing is one thing together. Now you don't have, you got to get it out in the song and that's it. And like whatever the Spotify sample loop is. But that's a good point you made there about the pop music thing. That just wasn't the same then as it is now in terms of like what you expect out of that 3 or 4 minutes. Because then you had all this other shit to go with it. Now you don't really have that.
No, you don't have like no one even fucking. I'm sure they may probably make music videos now still a little bit, but like that's not what's important at all. You know, back then like you kind of had to be like when they were writing the song, they're probably like, oh yeah, we'll fucking have some sick visuals for this. Like they're like thinking about the video like as they're kind of like coming up with the song also. Now it's kind of like, holy fuck, are people gonna like this 5-second loop if I just like mumble over it or not? Yeah, so what was number 7? Fucking will this stand the test of time?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Be careful with your answer, buddy. Be careful with your answer.
Maybe
because if you don't like it, it'll change the answer.
I don't know, man. Honestly, like, when was the last time anyone even talked about Fabulous and anything? Like, I know some of those rappers like made their money and like got out, but like when I was looking through his Spotify today, like he's still like put out singles in like 2019 and shit, and like it's so irrelevant. I don't know that album probably is like his most everlasting piece. Never really been into Fabulous that much, but like that was probably the most definitive Fabulous that I know, and I lived through all of like, well, obviously like his last 15 years of putting out music, and that's probably still like the biggest thing to me about Fabulous are those like 3 songs.
Is there any doubt that the best, I say best, I don't know if I think this is the best Fabulous song, but it's the one I probably listened to the most, both on my own and with other people. Is there any doubt that the song that really strikes the most people as far as Fabulous goes, it's got to be Can't Let You Go, right? Everybody knows that song by Fab.
I can't even remember what it sounds like.
Oh my god! I think that came out in like 2005, maybe. It's, I don't know, hard to say. Can't Let You Go is a fucking dinger. Here's a bit of trivia for you guys, okay? I'm gonna play a song.
You finish first or no?
Oh, I thought you were finished. You have one more to go.
I've never heard that song before.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to give like my overall rating, which you might be surprised because after saying my whole review, what I just said out loud, it sounds like it's gonna not like it. I don't know, but whatever. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
It's a good CD.
I think that it was very solid. I enjoyed listening to like pretty much every single. it's like I don't know why. I can't back it up for any reason, but I don't know why I do have an affinity for this kind of shitty, like not shitty, but like early 2000s where rap didn't really have an identity. Like it was just kind of like it was like poppy, but like not at all what it is today. But yeah, so I don't know. I liked that kind of style. Like it's like there was a lot of Just Blaze production on it.
Just Blaze.
Neptunes. So like I like that kind of shit. And Fabulous does a super good job. I like his voice, and he's like got a really good flow. It's not like I would say like half the Diplomats can't even rap. They just rely on like good production and like
you're strong front line.
And their like substance of what they talk about, like New York and cocaine and shit. But like, I think the Fabulous like is actually like a talented writer also. So yeah, I would say 8 out of 10. But also it didn't need to be as long as it was.
So
it didn't need to be that long.
I agree with that.
It didn't need to be. There's no streaming back then. I think Swollen Members, Fabulous, whatever you pick before like 2010 is going to be 20 songs. There's going to be interludes on the fucking album. They're not going to be good. Everything's going to be fucking bad apart from like 4 or 5 songs. That's what you get with that. So I got a special treat for you here that I just added to the list of trivia. So I'm going to play a song here into the mic. You guys tell me if you know what this song is from, okay? It is a Fabulous song. This is pure coincidence. I didn't realize this until about half an hour ago, okay? So just listen into this tune.
What it's from or when it's from?
EA Sports. NBA Live.
What?
So, hold on. We'll let it run a little bit.
Up the chest of them, dunked on a bunch, caught alley-oops on the rest of them. I got the lean on the J now. It really don't matter if we play in a playground.
So you somehow, Will, by pure coincidence, got not only the NBA Live 2002 theme, but also Fabulous did the NBA Live 2003 theme.
That's so fun. What the
That's
fuck
weird.
Is that? That's
very
crazy.
coincidental.
Yeah, that's
so
super weird.
DJ Clue did the production for 2003's Live theme, and Fabulous did the rap. Very good tune. Strong fucking EA.
That was a good track.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to add. That was fucking good. I think Fabulous was a good example of one of the first guys who started doing like digital era rich rap. Like talk about how well off he was. Mm-hmm. He's wheeling women.
New money.
New
money rap.
Yeah. So he was I've always had a soft spot for Fab. I always will. That's one of my favorite CDs. I don't know if I'll ever come off that hill, but good. I'm glad you liked it too. Mike, you want to go next or should I go next?
It don't matter to me, man. I'll go if you want.
You want to do flip a coin? You go.
I'll go. So I got from Joey, gave me Clipse, Lord Willin. I liked it. Like, okay, so initially I listened to I'll be honest. So I think I listened to it Wednesday night, maybe Thursday. I was just kind of chilling. Or it wasn't last night. It was Wednesday night for sure. So I was sitting there listening to it, and I'm just like, I just wanted to get it over with, the whole fucking thing, because like it just made me feel like I had something that I had to do, and I hate that. It was just the attitude I went into it with, right? I'm just impatient as fuck. I'm like listening to it, and I'm just like, you know what, this fucking sucks. That's like how it was. That's how I felt. I'll bring it back. That was like my initial fucking attitude. I knew I was going to like Will's because I do like that style. Will knows that. His style, I was like, I just was immediately closed-minded to it for no fucking reason at all. Same way Will was with Swollen Members, for nothing. Yeah. But then I just recently, what is it? It's 8:30 now. I probably listened to it at like 5 today. I like actually gave it a shot, and I was like, yeah, all right, I take back what I said. This is pretty good. Like I did fucking like it. So yeah, that's my answer to that. I did like it. It was pretty good. I like the concept of it. The flow, I kind of had to give it, like, had to grow on me a bit. But I did like it, and then like it did have some good beats and everything, which is important. Like that's kind of how I like listen to music. I'll go beat first, and if I like the beat, I'll give it a chance. If I don't, I'll probably skip it, which is it's cutting me off, but it's like when I'm listening to music, like unless I'm like trying to listen to lyrics, like that's what I'm doing. I need to have a good solid beat. If it's not catchy or if it's not something that I enjoy, I'm just skipping it.
For sure. I agree with that.
So yeah, but then I gave it a fair shake today. Like I won't lie, I've been smoking a little bit of weed lately, so I did that,
It definitely
and then
helped.
just like
Seemed like it helped.
it helped a lot, man, because I actually was down to listen to it, and I listened to both albums. Both suggestions you guys gave me, and then I ended up liking it a lot.
Okay, so you liked it now. The second question is,
like
would you have liked it the year it came out? I think it came out in 2000. I want to say 2001.
2002.
2002. Okay.
So I was fucking 9 when that came out. So if
did you have time to get that and Swollen Members?
If I liked it, it would be because somebody else said it was cool, right?
Okay.
Like I was just like a piece of Play-Doh, like walking around hanging out with kids. They're just molding me. Like, oh, this is sick music. This is sick music. Like that's why my taste in music's all fucked. I was hanging out with everyone, different people.
So why did you like Swollen Members then?
I don't know. I just was down with that CD.
Trend, eh?
Yeah, I was.
No shit. That really must have spoke to you.
My own individuality. It was the big skull on the front. I'm like, yeah, this is sick.
That's true. Yeah, true.
I think it honestly might have been because nobody had it, and that was like, oh, get this, and then
backfired on you. Eh?
Yeah, big time. Got me bullied.
Oh, I don't think so. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I was playing the long game.
Yeah.
I knew
Character.
We're gonna like it then, but now, see.
Yeah, true.
That if I didn't take those lumps, we wouldn't have this gem on our hand.
Now we can be friends.
Yeah. So so I don't know if I would like it or not, to be honest. Like if somebody was showing it to me and they said it was cool, I was pretty fucking vulnerable.
You're not sure if you would like it when you were 8?
I don't know. You know, I was just like getting through the day, man.
You're not sure you would like it the same year you thought Santa Claus was real.
Maybe. Who knows, man? Could have been the last year. Maybe that's why I was pissed off.
Hard to say for sure. Okay.
Anyway, so that was that. So what was the next one? What was the album good for?
Yeah, what's it good for? Whoa.
So I would say like driving is a good one for that.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
I I'm never gonna not go off that point that Will said. Like I don't know what it would be used for in a fucking movie. Like maybe you could do like some cruising scenes, like drive-by scenes and stuff like that.
Okay,
Driving
walking to.
You know what the album art is?
I know they're just cruising in a fucking whip and shit with guns out.
Yeah, true.
With.
Is it piles of money?
No, look at the fucking album art. Both of you guys look right now. There's a very conspicuous figure in the car with them.
It's got to be fucking. Who is that? I can't. Oh, it's all blurry for me.
Who is it?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Is it Snoop Dogg?
What? It's Jesus Christ.
Oh, in the back. Okay, so mine's blurry. Mine's blurry. I can't really see that. It just looks like another guy wearing a sick fucking headband.
It's like he's wearing a fucking.
Another guy wearing a sick headband.
Yeah, I don't know what he's up to. You know, but yeah. So drive one. It's not bad, like hype music for lifting. Like you could totally lift to it, I guess. But
what song would you lift on that CD?
Fuck, I don't know. What the fuck was it called? I gotta get it up because I don't know them by name. Not that, but that's a good tune though.
Young Boy is a great song. I hum that song all the time. When another Pharrell Williams hit, man. Another Pharrell Williams hit.
He was all over that album.
That's Clipse of his guys, man.
Is he? He's not in the Clipse though, right?
No, but Pharrell and the Neptunes, one of the first big thumpers they had was Grindin'.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was one of that. That was one of the songs.
True.
This. Cot damn.
Yeah.
I would pump that to lifting, like stuff like that. Even running would work.
Good
it's good, man. I definitely I'm disappointed in myself that I was so dismissive early on.
So what did you call it early? You texted us early and said, "Is the Clipse?" I think you called it the poor man's Jermaine Dupri or something like that.
I don't think I called him that.
I'm pretty sure
that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant like No, is Jermaine Dupri the clean version of Clipse? The Clipse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have a similar style. That's all I was saying.
They do.
Jermaine Dupri is in one of the songs on the CD. He's on Let's Talk About It, right? That's a good tune too.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that's just kind of how I was, but it's like I was just kind of like this isn't really my style. Like it's close. Like this is like a cross between I want to say like money rap and then gangster rap. Like it's like transitioning into it, kind of seems. But it is good. Like I had to give it a re-listen. I knew I did. I was like, I really owe that album another shot before I just like start bashing it. So I'm glad I gave it another listen because it is fucking good.
Me too. Okay, so what's your favorite song on the album?
Caught Damn was number 1.
Good fucking tune.
And number 2 was I liked Grindin' because I do like that song. That's one of the songs like I heard growing up and I actually did like it.
So did you listen to the 2 remixes on the back half of the Spotify one with one has Cardinal in it, one has Baby and Lil Wayne?
I listened to it on YouTube, but I don't know. I listened to the whole album. So yeah, Grindin' with Noriega, Baby and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And then
Sean Paul and Cardinal in the other one.
Oh yeah. It probably came on Sean Paul and Cardinal official. That's a lot of
that's yeah. That's too many things.
One is like Ting. One is the Ting remix, and the other one is the Coke and the Rims remix.
The New Orleans mix. But it was good. So those are the 2. And the worst song was a freestyle, and I hated it. Family. And I was just like, all right, I can't listen to this.
I hated it.
I just didn't like it. Yeah, it felt like a job listening to it. You're like,
did you listen to the whole thing?
Yeah. I listened to the whole thing twice because I figured that's the least I could fucking do because I haven't done anything for this podcast. So I figured I could at least listen to an album a couple times.
I'm very curious.
He did it Sunday afternoon, Friday afternoon.
I want to know what your answer to the next question is because I have strong feelings on this answer for this album.
If it was released today?
Yeah.
If it was released today, I don't know. Like this was like my answer for both of them after I was thinking about this for a while. I feel like Will's album too, sorry. I feel like it'd be really niche, like a niche crowd would like them. I don't think that a lot of people would like it. Like I found like even like within a couple years younger than I am, like there's a big gap. Like people don't like what I like. Like I listen to like hardcore hip hop, like old school hip hop, underground hip hop, all that kind of shit. There's a bit of a void. Like not a lot of people are that down. Like a lot of people who are like big, like the heavy music appreciators, like the type, like they like everything and they do. Like those people like feel it. They're down. Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot of those people, but they do exist. No. Some of them you can tell when they're faking it too, though, because they're just like, you don't actually like this. You're just trying to be that guy. But there's a lot of people that are like that. Mm-hmm. And if they
got the Wu-Tang shirt, never heard it.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's fucking brutal.
They don't know ODB died in 98. Whatever year he died in.
When's ODB coming to town? I really want to see it.
I have strong feelings about that because I think if you release Grindin' today, Grindin' would be a fucking smash. It would be a fucking smash.
100%. But that's the only song on the album that's like that.
Right. That's
like,
right.
It's the same thing with Solo Members. It was just like here's a hit, and then all the rest of our shit. We'll make money that way, and that'll be promotion for the album, and then we'll sneak in our actual style.
Yeah.
So would this album stand the test of time for you, Mike?
Like kind of the same answer. I don't think so because I think like the test of time is like eternal, right? Like for until the earth explodes, I guess. Like if you want to fucking put it dramatically,
go for
it. I don't think so. I don't think anyone will. Like it all dies, right? Like it's kind of. I feel as if there's like a handful of people that appreciate this kind of music still, and then when they're all dead, it's just mumble rap. Maybe unless it works like generationally. Unless it kind of like this kind of comes back, which I hope it does, because it seems like old school hip hop's kind of on the way out. Now it's like trap and fucking whatever.
For sure.
Keep talking.
But I don't know. I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
Like you don't think this is? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question because like, what does it mean for the album to like stand the test of time? Does it have to like generation through generation through generation?
Like I think the good example of that so far is the Beatles. Because
the Beatles, for sure.
It was different, right? It wasn't just music. They were doing some crazy revolutionary shit. Well, with their music, right?
There's a few songs I think you could look at when you're talking about standing test of time. Like if you want to look at like pop rap, would you still listen to like if Dirt Off Your Shoulder came on? Would you still listen to it, or would you change the song?
I'd probably change it. I don't really like that track.
What about like what song you like Ether or something? You would listen to Ether if it came on you at the gym. You wouldn't fucking switch the song.
No,
like H to the Izzo.
H to the Izzo, like good fucking song.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at the test of time thing. Like, how many people would appreciate it, right? Not just us. Like, it would last my whole lifetime. I would appreciate my whole life, but would other people? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like, everybody on the play, would it be like a single, like a number one hit for timelessly? I guess. Like just one of those trance
how I think
songs.
About that is like, if you pass this music on to your kid and your kid is talking about it at school, would other people in the next generation know that album or that artist? You know, so like, would enough people in our generation who have kids tell their kids about this album? So like, yeah, my kid is gonna know like Illmatic and shit, and if he goes to like school in like grade 9 and 10 talking about Illmatic, will there be anyone that knows that? I'm assuming that there will be.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
What
came up on my screen and me making me look like an old guy fucking with my shit. But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, so I don't think. Honestly, I don't think any of these albums that unless other than the one that I gave Joey, that's just a timeless hits. That one is, and like super popular, fucking group. Everybody should know them.
I can't wait to talk about mine. I got lots.
I'm fired up. I gave you a fucked up one on purpose, but yeah. Okay, so that's. Is that it? Or no, there's more, right?
What's your overall?
Out of 10?
Yeah, your overall rating, yeah.
I give it an 8 out of 10. It started on my first run through, I gave it a 5. Because I was so fucking annoyed with it. I think I just listened to it on a bad day. So yeah, I give it an 8.
I just muted Will somehow by mistake.
Yeah, I can see there.
Did.
Oh no, there we go. Okay, we got it. Okay.
Well, I unmuted myself.
Okay, yeah. Don't. I don't know why I can fucking do that. I'm trying to take a decent picture for the fucking podcast episode.
Yeah, listeners, bear with us. We fucking suck at this.
We're working on it. Okay, so what was your second album?
My second album was Jeru the Damager. The Damaja.
Oh,
the Damaja.
Yeah. That's right.
Jeru the Damager.
Who frequents the Westdale Fortinos.
Frequents.
Yeah. Frequents. That's his place. He flies in, and they have the best avocados there.
Pure gem photo. I can't. When I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of this somewhere.
That's crazy. That's so random.
Yeah, that was fucking wild. That was so fucking weird. I didn't expect you to know who this.
There's a guy who delivers Pure Later. He's a Pure Later driver to the building I work at, and I've gotten to know the guy over the 10 years I've worked there. John, great guy, and he showed me one time that he was like into old hip hop or whatever, and I ended up adding him to Instagram. Long story short, I was looking through his shit, I saw the picture, and I just for whatever reason stashed it away. And then when you said Jeru the Damaja is coming on the fucking album review, I was like, wait a minute, that's the fucking guy from the Fortinos photo. I had to compare the Google image to this picture to make sure it wasn't a joke or something. I'm like, no, these are the same dudes, man. That's fucking wild.
And he looks so average. It's so jokes.
He's an average dude. It's an average dude.
He's
so average. He probably played a show for like 100 people.
Hamilton.
I would have fucking gone for sure. Yeah, I know. Eh? The robot's back.
He's in the Matrix. He's in the Matrix, Will.
What?
You're stuck in the Matrix. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
All right.
Let's talk about Jeru. Will, you got to lead this conversation because I don't know anything about this album.
Jeru?
I don't have to lead it. I have to lead my fucking self through my album.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? It's my fucking review, bud.
Yeah.
Joey, you take a fucking step back, all right, sir?
Oh, fuck. All right. You guys want, man.
All right, man. Okay, so did I like it? Yes. Obviously, I'm biased to this type of music for sure. Like, this is definitely right up my my wheelhouse for my style anyway. So, and the one thing I did like about it, I was listening to it, and I could definitely just tell that a lot of these beats were sampled from what it seems to be Disney movies. Like it just sounds
really?
like yeah, like that's just what I
The
like. You know,
strings?
it's like well, yeah, like and like you're just chilling, you just see like a deer walking through the woods, and it's like a nice, pleasant song playing.
Yeah.
And I just noticed that. I was like, that is fucking jokes. Like I feel like I'm watching like a classic, like Aristocats or like Snow White or something in there.
Oh, that's jokes. I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
just
know what you mean though.
Yeah, just like a nice happy, and then just throw a beat on it, and it's fucking nasty. So my favorite song was
Whoa, you're skipping a couple here.
Am I? Oh, sorry. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, I wrote this one down different. I told you I took shortcuts on this page.
Yeah.
Is it what's the album? Oh, what I've
liked.
Is that
graph paper?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. Right. Camera. Oh, is it would you have liked it the year it came out?
When you were 1.
Was it 94? Was it 94?
When you were 1.
100%. I would have so down with this.
Oh fuck!
Of course, no, man. Fucking, of course.
But you might have liked the movies that the beats were sampled from.
Yeah, fair enough. For sure, byproduct of this music. Right. Yeah, 100%. I like the movies. So, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, as soon as I came of age, like I like this kind of music. I think, like, I would say high school probably I started liking this style of music. I don't know why, because I don't even know what the fuck I was listening to in like grade 8. But high school, I remember when I started listening to this kind of music.
Did you say this was all Premiere? This is all Premiere production, right?
Is it?
Every song, yeah.
Everyone, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, every song
makes sense because I was a huge fan of the beats. I like DJ Premier a lot, so that obviously adds up. And then I don't know if I would have liked it when I was 1, but what's the album good for? I would say like I always do driving for sure. Like any kind of music that is good for driving. And I put chillin'. That's a hard one to answer. Just driving, chilling.
I wrote chillin' on one of mine too.
They're one and the same.
Yeah, it's just background hip hop. Like you can be doing something to it. You can choose to kind of like tune into it and listen, or you can just kind of have it playing in the background. It's good on both sides. Like if you want to listen to him, he's talented lyrically. If you want to just vibe, it's fucking good musically. So,
it's like good for whatever 90s hip hop is good for.
Yeah, just chilling. You can like cruising, whatever adjective you want to put, whatever fucking
relaxing
adjective. Yeah, whatever you want, man.
Lounging.
Yeah, lounging. Robbing. You want to start robbing food? So yeah, that's that. What was it now? Best and worst song?
Yeah.
It's best and worst.
So I have a tie for the best, a tie of 3. Because I liked all these songs in the game. Yeah. So the first one is that's the Disney song. It's called Revenge of the Prophet.
Yeah, that's a tight one.
I'm pretty sure like that's I want to say it's sampled from like a Disney movie, but I have never heard it, or I never looked it up, sorry. And then I had Black Cowboys.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one. I like that beat.
It's a good song. It's a good song. It's a good beat. Everything about I liked it. It's just simple. It's an effective song. And then I had frustrated racial slur that I can't say.
Frustrated N-word.
Yeah, frustrated neighbor.
Yeah, frustrated. Yeah. That song is also good. So that was those are the 3 songs that I liked. I didn't like Physical Stamina.
Is that Is that one of the first ones?
No, it's like
no.
I think Wrath of the Math. I like the title of the album too.
Scientific. Yeah. Okay.
After Ra, I didn't really like it. I just wasn't really feeling it. I was in more of it was like the mood I was in anyway wasn't really for it. Like I was kind of chilling. So it's this song in particular was not good for chilling, vibing, mossing, relaxing.
It
wasn't very good for those.
It didn't match the vibe, eh?
No. So yeah, those are my songs. What is it now? Released today? If this was released today, I have no fucking idea. this would be received. Like, I don't know, like the demographic of people who would buy it, it would be such a small sample, I think, and it would be either it would be area based for sure. Like, where is Jeru from? Brooklyn? Is he from
New York
there?
rap? Yeah.
He's New York. Yeah. I wasn't sure for some reason. I wanted to say Bay Area, but I just kind of figured it was New York because it didn't have Bay Area like style to it. But he just seems like a kind of like an E40 kind of guy.
A little bit. Yeah. Like his style.
Like he's loyal. Like he's loyal to the area he's from.
He's loyal to the game, bro, for sure.
Right.
No, it just like it just seemed like he just kind of has that. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a physical look thing. He just looks like he's from the Bay Area. So if it was, is it if it was released today? It's like, yeah, it'd be a total niche crowd, I think. Honestly, like I don't know. It would be a small group of people, but like I think those small group of people would listen to that style of music until they're passing on, to the peaceful rest, as we always touch up on.
The eternal rest.
I can't argue with that. I think that even when it was released in '94, it was still niche, even for like hip hop heads,
Yeah.
Like I think
that's hard to believe because Premier is like, I don't know when he really came to prominence, but like just like in my quick skim of this album, every beat is pretty good. So was he big before this came out, or was this one of his first like mainstream?
No, he was pretty big before this. Like Gang Starr released their first album in like '89, I think. Step Into the Arena.
Okay.
So like he had made a name for himself for sure before this. But like in '94, like I think Illmatic came out in '94, 36 Chambers came out in '94, like Tribe, one of their albums came out in '94. Like so many like hot, super big like classic albums came out in '94.
Like Mos Def, Fairway Monch would have been coming through at that time as well.
Yeah, honestly, those are all New York rappers that you just named too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
they all are.
So like he had like competition like for years.
Jay-Z was coming through around that time, 94, 95. Like that's another big name.
Jay-Z was like young and like smashing back then. I love that.
That's like Dead Presidents and
that's like that Big L too. And
okay, so what do you guys like better, East or West Coast?
I think East Coast.
Same here by like a
East Coast flow, but West Coast beats are far better than East Coast.
I don't know.
Whoa, you think?
Yeah. That California twang, that
the synth.
I don't know. I much prefer a sampled beat than a made beat from like Dre.
Same.
I like sample beats. They just bump differently.
Yeah. And New York just has those fucking key things in their songs, man, that just kill me. Like the sleigh bells, the fucking New York.
Sleigh bells, yeah.
I just call it like a Rucker Park horn. Like I don't even know what the fuck it is, but it just sounds like you're supposed to be playing basketball when that thing hits. You're like, oh yeah, I got to be on the court, crossing some fools up.
You're in the layup line. You're in the layup line.
In the layup line. It's not We're out there shooting threes and slamming. It's stealing dime pieces on the court.
What else you got left on your fucking survey?
It's stand a test of time. I would say probably not. It already kind of hasn't. So.
Will's upset by that. Will just went into a nervous tick there. Swear to the catering.
It's the truth.
Definitely
for
not.
Personally, but it does for me personally. But it's just like not many people. If I went into a party of like say 15 people, just any people, right? And I asked them if they know who Jeru the Damaja was. I bet you half of them would say no idea. More than half, probably. 10 out of 15.
More than half, for sure.
10 out of 15, it's guaranteed.
If they, for sure. Especially like if you ask anyone younger than us at all, they're gonna have no clue. Even if they like hip hop, people like don't know who Jeru is, really.
So that kind of answers itself. But yeah, that's my fucking review. So I hope you enjoyed them. Spent all afternoon on that, man.
That's pretty fucking good.
Not even getting paid, Joe. Once this paycheck's rolling in. Jeez.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to take a leak, and then I'm going to do my 2 album reviews. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Just fucking vibe for a bit.
Yeah. What was your overall rating of that?
On Jeru? I gave it an 8.5. I gave it an 8.5.
Yeah.
Just because I liked it better than fucking Lord Willin. So I just gave it an extra boost.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
And just a
I
little
tried to,
Joe, you know?
well, I tried to pick an album that I like. You probably haven't listened to from '90s hip hop, which is like kind of hard, and that like had like Premiere on it, and like that you would like, you know?
Yeah, I was trying to do that too, but like I picked Joey's. I picked because when we were at the cottage last summer, like we were all like fucking buckled.
Yeah.
At the point, but I put on Necro because I think Claire requested it, so I was like, "Oh yeah, we can."
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and then Joey was loving it. He was fucking loving it. So I was like, "Okay,
he was loving it.
Loving it." So I was like, "Okay, this is perfect time for him to fucking like give this like yeah, let's do it sober." It's fucking, whew, Necro stands the test of time 100%.
100%. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, that's probably the only timeless album on this whole list.
Yeah. Oh man, like just fucking, he's got just platinum after platinum after platinum.
But
like,
you did choose a best of album also.
I did. I did because I wanted him to get like the meat and potatoes of what he is. He's got a lot of fucking shit, man.
There's a lot of fat to trim from those albums.
What the fuck am I listening to? Like, holy fuck. But like, so I gave him the best of. Like, he has a Sadist Hits Volume 2 now. It's not as good.
Oh, sure.
He did his greatest hits. He fucking did the first one. He did it right because those are his best songs.
Yeah.
Sure. There's a couple maybe that I would switch, but like not many. Like maybe one or two. Other than that, those
songs is there?
15 maybe, and then probably throw in some like fucking bonus ones like remixes and shit that are super good.
That was the only
songs.
That was the only album I didn't listen to because I didn't think I needed to because I've pretty much listened to probably enough. I've already heard every single song multiple times.
It's every song that you would pick is on that album.
Poetry in the Streets.
Yeah. Maybe that honestly might be on the second one. I'm not sure.
Really?
It might be.
Well, how's that, Joey?
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about you fucking segueing you in, bud.
Thanks for segueing me in. Appreciate that.
No problem.
I just got some big news via text message, boys. A friend of mine has received a letter from the province that he's supposed to carry with him every time he gets in the car that designates him as part of an essential service to show the police.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Wow. That's fucking major.
I've been sitting on my front porch reading a lot this week, and I see cops drive up and down my street.
There's going to be a lot of essential services letters coming up, but not until after these two album reviews.
Okay, I got to take a pee, so.
Okay, you go first. Go take your pee, and we'll just shoot the shit way for you. I'm excited about this. I was pretty hyped that you guys gave me these two albums, I got to say.
Well, Will's was A$AP Rocky, right?
Will's was A$AP, Live.Love.ASAP. What the fuck do you know?
So, yeah, you got, what is it? A$AP Rocky, it was?
I got A$AP Rocky, Live.Love.ASAP, and you gave me
Necro, bud.
Sadist Hits by Necro.
Dude, I was just talking. That's what me and Will were just talking about. Like, I gave you that because remember how you were fucking hyped at the cottage. We were wasted, but you were fucking
on mushrooms.
Hyped.
Pretty sure we were on mushrooms.
Yeah, that too. Whatever. But you were fucking down. So I was like, okay, this is perfect time to fucking show Joey this shit. So yeah, I hope you liked it. But give me a little 1-2 on it. Give me a little sneak peek of the review here.
I'll give you the full review shortly. Okay, we're coming right up here.
What are you doing? Some paperwork here, man? We got a show to do.
No. Just disseminating information.
Oh, stop talking about your COVID shit. You got some albums to review.
Fucking coming up soon.
Middle of a podcast.
So
yeah, I know. Right?
Let's start with we'll start with Live.Love.ASAP since that's the more crowd friendly of the two.
Okay, can I start by saying yeah. First of all, that's debatable. Second of all, I don't know. Did you listen to the right one?
I did.
Are you sure?
I've listened to this before. I know this album.
Okay, the first album.
Yeah.
It's not on Spotify.
It's not on Spotify. And so that was my first point. So this, as far as the label is concerned, is quantified as a mixtape, which
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference between a mixtape and an album is at this point. To me, the production is good. There's features on it. It's all
Could be a
label
record label thing.
It's all label features, but it's still it's too good to be like a mixtape. Anyways, regardless.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch of notes here. Okay. Let's start with a few of these things. This whole CD is laced with the chopped and screwed ad libs.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
It's full of it, and it's not the only ASAP album that's full of it. So this came out in 2011, which is depending on like how you cut that whole chopped and screwed era. For me, I didn't hear like the first chopped and screwed thing in my life till I was probably 17, maybe grade 12 or grade 12 or first year university.
Was it Chunk Up the Deuce?
It was Mike Jones.
Screwed?
Yeah, Mike Jones.
Back then,
they do want me down hot.
And talk about sample beats. The guy samples himself in the beat, and it's a fucking conquer. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
So he puts out a 3 Dog Conquer on his own sample. So
Mike Jones ahead of his time.
So we had this the ad libs slowed down in a lot of his stuff, and I hadn't heard that a lot in rap recently, but listening to this thing again in the last couple of days, I started to realize that I've heard it a bunch, but this is probably the first mainstream popular album where a lot of songs caught on that had this stuff in it. And it's funny, in the song Purple Swag, he actually
Purple Swag Chapter 2.
He actually has Mike Jones in the back of part of the song going, I said, it's straight out of back then, and so he knows, he probably knows this is the case when he's paying some kind of homage. This is also what I would call the first foray for a mainstream rapper into like psychedelic slow down rap. This is it, right? And ASAP is the kind of like
he's the poster boy now.
He's the ambassador for this kind of shit. And so like he's done this for a long time, and his most recent album is full of this stuff too. It's good. It's slowed down ad libs. It's kind of off kilter beats. It's a lot of synth and a lot of like effects that are not traditional, like boom bap or sampling. It's good shit. I've always liked this kind of stuff. I still like it today. My only beef with this mixtape is that as high as the ceilings are for some of these songs, and there's some high fucking ceilings, the floors are basement fucking low. Like in morgue, burial ground, COVID mass grave level low. Like they're so fucking bad, some of these songs.
Like what? Kitchen Pink, you didn't like that?
Well, let me get into my fucking survey here.
Okay.
Did I like the album? Now, why or why not? I did. I've liked this album the entire time it came out. It still fucking bangs. I listened to it today while I was working, and almost every song that comes on, I can find something I like about it, which is rare nowadays. I think the albums I gave you guys had that in common too. Those are albums I remember as being good at some point on every song, regardless of how bad the song was on the whole. It's really something I liked about, whether it was the production or the flow or some little niche about it that I enjoyed. This is the same thing. I really thought that this album had something good about every song. And like I said, the ceiling for some of these tunes, especially for a mixtape, whatever that means, it's incredible how good these fucking songs are, right? It's not a lot of features on this. It's all good.
Hey, man, did you get my demo?
Yeah, exactly. Would I have liked it when it came out? The answer is yeah, I would have. I'll tell you a story. I bought my Volkswagen Passat in 2010 or 2011, and I had both bass and is it Trilla, the other one, I think?
Yeah. Trilla's such a sick
both
beat.
Those songs in my car from the day I bought it till the day I sold it. The whole time. Yeah, fucking front CD in my car. I had both those songs on there, 1 and 2 in the CD tray.
Staples.
Fucking those songs are dingers. Like you talked about beats, unconventional, not like anything else you ever heard. They're fucking solid, man. I don't know if you've heard either Bass or Trilla by ASAP, but those fucking songs are sick. They are so sick.
Sorry, I just had my eye on my dinger.
So fucking sick. Yeah, you just fucked that honker out of the park.
A lot of those sounds that you're like describing and shit, which like this album got me into this producer, but they're mostly Clams Casino.
Clams Casino.
Heard of
yeah, man, of course.
So he produced a lot of this album, and he didn't necessarily produce the album. It's that he put out like an instrumental mixtape. A$AP Rocky listened to it and was like, I'm going to use half of these songs on my first album. And then Clams was like, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that. That's a fucking... I was thinking about that today. There's a couple other guys on here, like Fabulous Lou and some other producers that I just never heard of. After this or before this, and they just disappeared as far as I can tell. I don't know where they went after that. But whatever, it's fine. It's a sick fucking album. A lot of good shit on there. So, what's the album good for? It's good for fucking cruising, man. It's good for fucking cruising.
Relaxing, mossing.
This is what I wrote. For my answer. I wrote, this is good for everything. There are good party tracks, good driving tracks, good weightlifting tracks, and even if you sneaky tracks that are good for relations, bass boosted.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that in there. There's
what does that mean?
Sucking and fucking. And fucking.
Relations bass boosted, a little horizontal mambo, boys. Come on.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's good tunes in there for every event in your life that you might want to have some music behind you for. The best song on the CD is either Trilla or bass, and this is beyond discussion. Trilla and bass are unfucking believable songs. Okay, the bass line and the kind of the loop on bass is
bass is the fucking sick track.
Unbelievable how good that fucking song is. But Trilla has the slowed down guitar loop, which is
I like that a lot too.
Very good fucking song. Man, so fucking good. Those songs I can remember playing when I was, whatever I was at the time, 20 or 21. I still play them now. If that song comes on in my workout playlist, I still fucking let it run. I don't skip that song. Those are good fucking tunes. And also undervalued on this album and other stuff this guy has done. The production always as good as the fucking flow. He's a good rapper too. When he puts his mind to it and he's not rapping only about psychedelic drugs, he's pretty fucking good, which I enjoy. The worst track on the CD is Lit. It's not close. It's a terrible fucking song. One of the worst I've ever heard.
Get lit.
Stupid. It's stupid.
It's so bad. Yeah.
If you heard that song in a vacuum, you'd be like, okay, this is just a rap song. It's not good. It's not bad. But then when you hear other stuff like Trilla and bass on the same CD, how is it possible you put this in? You mailed this in. You weren't trying that day, obviously. Everybody fucking can see that. The next question I think was, if it was released today, how would it be received? I think
that's interesting.
If this came out today fresh, it'd be a fucking dinger. Everybody would love it. This is exactly the kind of music people are into now. I think Childish paved the way for guys like Gambino, for guys like, there's a couple of the guys who are a little lesser known, but like guys like Kyle, another good rapper, who are pretty popular on Spotify, SoundCloud. This is the kind of shit that started this, right? These guys had good beats, good flow. A$AP sometimes gets a little soft in his lyrics too, which is not everyone's favorite thing, but it's okay by me. And these other guys do it too. And that was part of the thing that kind of ushered this in. So I'm okay with this. I think if this came out today, it would be a fucking dinger. And also has that mixtape cred. So how is it possible that this would be not received well as a mixtape as opposed to an album? Does it stand the test of time? Yeah, I think it does. What could you pick if you so Will, you know A$AP better than Mike, I take it.
Probably.
Would you pick, if you had to pick like the 10 best rap songs of the last 10 years, for sure Bass or Trilla would be on that list. One of them would be on there, if not both of them.
I don't know. That's a tall order, man.
Yeah, that is tall.
But I don't know. But think about it, though. What other rap songs have been released in the last 10 years that you
I know. That's tough.
What other rap songs have been released? Fucking tons of them.
So many, but like I don't even like any of the last 10 years, really. Early 2010s, probably. I don't like this new shit.
This is what I'm saying. So like,
get her out of here.
So possibly.
I think those songs fucking hold up hard, man. Like those two songs are fucking thunder. So I put those up against a lot of stuff that came out in the last decade. Without too much doubt, I think it really holds up today. On the whole, I give the album, the mixtape, a 9 out of 10.
Whoa!
Wow.
I'm biased. I've liked this album for a long time. I didn't know it was a mixtape till a couple days ago. I still like it now. I still listen to it fairly often. Let me ask you this, okay? A couple of questions I had for you guys after I was finished my note taking here. Is it possible that ASAP is the most successful rap artist of the last decade?
Is he doing anything anymore?
He just put out an album. Sure, pretty good.
I know he's huge.
But I think that he just like he kind of like transcended rap a little bit. Like
That's
fashion and like a bunch of like he's like kind of following in like Kanye's footsteps a little bit.
I talked about that. I got it written down right in front of me. So
I think
this guy's fucking. He really was one of the first guys to leave rap and completely ignore it for a year or two and do something else and be successful with that and then come back.
Yeah, he's like an icon now, I think.
Yeah, he's up there. ASAP is 31 years old. He's a little younger than me. He's 88. I'm
really?
86.
I thought he was way younger than that.
No,
wow.
He's 31.
Oh, fuck, true.
So I had a couple of things written down here that I wanted to talk about. Trilla. Yeah, you know what I want to know? What? So we agree that Clams Casino is a sick beat maker, sick producer. Who else is he producing for?
He did some shit with Lil B, which I hate.
The bass god?
Yeah.
Oh no! What?
Man, his Clams Casino's best song ever is for Lil B, and the instrumental has like, I don't know, I want to say probably 10 million views on YouTube, and then the actual Lil B song like insignificant amount.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's called I'm God.
At least he's humble.
Super humble.
Man,
that beat.
God.
That fucking beat is got to be one of my favorite beats of all time.
The song is called I'm God.
I'm God, and he didn't lie either.
Let's listen.
He didn't lie.
You know, I always wanted to be the best.
I've never even heard
the Little
Beast.
Me neither.
I've only ever heard the instrumental.
This is real talk. Shit, gave me something to live for. Hit him with the B9. Better make his rip show. Rap game is too fake. Real niggas lay low.
How many views does this have?
That's a good beat. There's a mermaid licking Little B's leg in the album art. That song has. Oh my god, I don't even know. Let's see if I can pull up Little B here. Not even a million. Not even a million. Oh
not
my
even
god.
A million.
That's not even his most popular song. Okay, so a couple more questions for you guys. What do you think the highest play count for A$AP Rocky is?
Period?
Yeah.
Like any song on that album?
8 million.
One song.
Oh, you want the song or the amount?
Whatever song. You pick the song and the amount.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
It's gonna be that song with Drake in it. Right?
What song with Drake? It's not with Drake.
It's not fucking Problems?
It's not fucking Problems.
Oh, that's a good tune. I actually like that song.
It is a good song, but it's not fucking Problems.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know titles of his songs. I just know them if I hear them.
His most popular song is Praise the Lord with Skepta.
Is it really? That is a fucking track. I like that.
And it's got 486 million plays.
Holy fuck.
A lot of fucking plays.
I believe that.
That's like what's the Gangnam Style shit almost.
A lot of fucking plays. And so that's a good segue into my next review, Necro, Sadist Hits.
He's the king of views.
What is Necro's greatest hit on Spotify, and how many plays does it have?
Fucking Head Split for sure, and it's got to be like 4 million hits.
What song is it?
Your fucking Head Split. Or Dead
Body.
It
is fucking Head Split.
Oh, I thought it'd be I Need Drugs, maybe.
Okay. And is it 4 million views?
Mike?
I'm going to say 3.5.
5.7.
Damn, you beat me on that once, Will.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I don't really know what to say about this guy. Okay, I don't listen to shit like this normally. The closest thing I get to this is like Cypress Hill and old Eminem, and neither of those two guys hold what this fucking guy is. Okay, it's not close. And so I listened to this. I gotta be honest. I'll level with you. I listened to Live.Love.ASAP a bunch, but I downloaded it and listened to it again a couple days ago and started reading this thing out. And at the same time, I looked for Sadist Hits. I downloaded it to my phone and started listening to that probably Wednesday. And I had to stop because it was the middle of the day, and I was thinking to myself, like, this is just about killing people, and I can't do it in the middle of the day. It's a Wednesday afternoon.
You gotta go stalking around the neighborhood first.
So
it's gotta be late night walk with your hood up.
I actually took Scoop out like in the middle of the day, and I had this queued up, and halfway through the walk, I was like, this is unbelievable. I can't keep going with this. I don't know what's going on here. So I stopped. And Will's video's off. He's back in the Matrix.
How's that?
You're still off.
Battery life. I had the charger up. Yeah.
Charger up. And so I'll say this about this album. I'm going to start with my notes because I don't really know what else to say. Let me just let my dog in, and then I'll get into it. But this is beyond a review questionnaire, this album.
That's why I did this, man. We had to get something funny in there. I figured I'd give it to Joey of all people. I'll be like, well, Will knows Necro, and then he'll perceive it differently. Joey's like sight reading all these fucking songs. This is gonna be perfect.
This is tough.
Yeah,
this is tough.
It's so not your world.
So no. I wrote a bunch. Honestly, man, when I finished writing the ASAP stuff, I thought there's no way I'm gonna write more on Necro. But I listened to it again today, and I wrote more on Necro than I did on ASAP.
Because it changed your life.
Don't know if I'd go that far, but you be the judge at the end of it. The beats on this, what I gather is his first greatest hits, because there's another Sadist Hits, right?
Yeah,
so
it just came out. So that's his original.
So this came out in 2014.
Yeah. Greatest Hits 2 just came out like not long ago, like a month ago.
Okay, so this has been out for about 7 years, 6 years.
The songs have all been out for like since
years, yeah.
The 90s even.
We're gonna talk about that because I got that feeling. I didn't look that up, but I got that feeling. The beats on all these songs are fucking good. Every single is good. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know who does this guy's production.
He does.
He does his own production.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all very good. It's all very good production. There's some low-hanging fruit and some stuff that's definitely reused. I don't know if it's by him or by other people. Like, I doubt very much that, like, big-name artists are biting Necro beats. I don't know if that's naive. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is.
But sometimes samples get really popular, and, like, a bunch of people just use, like, the original sample and then make their own beat from it, right?
That's what I mean. Like, I think some of this is reused, but it's every
like,
beat
Who's Your Daddy?
Yeah.
Who's Your Daddy's been used a lot. That's been used a lot, that beat.
Great sample.
Yeah.
And so I what I wrote is, even if you don't like the beat, you at least know what the sample is. So it'll draw you in the way. Every song, you kind of know something about what you're hearing as soon as you put it on, which I liked. I said there's something charming about turning old love songs into samples that are completely repulsive songs about blowjobs, crack-addicted whores. And that's a song, Get on Your Knees, by Necro. So he turns. It sounds like an old love song, like a classic, like 50s or 60s love song. I don't know if that's really what it is. About this crack addicted whore sucking his dick for drugs. Yeah,
suck it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And so I also wrote that this is the stuff that Eminem wanted to rap on his retail albums, but couldn't get anyone to approve. I'm sure he came up with some of this stuff first, and somebody told him like, "Hey, we can't sell this. Okay, we can only go as far as Ken Kniff. We're not going farther than that. We're cutting."
We'll kick it to Necro.
Yeah, we'll leave that to Necro. He'll take care of that lane.
So it's funny you guys mentioned the little thing there at the beginning of the song or the end of the song, the ad lib. Almost every song either starts or finishes with, this is what I wrote, with a string of obscenities directed at either a listener, someone the listener doesn't know, someone from the song, or no one in particular. It's hard to say. I don't really know.
No one in particular.
But he's literally talking about killing somebody, fucking somebody, or some combination of the two on the beginning or end of almost every song on the CD. And there's like 50 songs on this fucking
scumbag.
CD.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like his greatest hits, but he's got 100 greatest hits. How's that possible?
It's incredible.
It's accurate.
He's a prolific content producer.
Man. I would listen to a Necro album with 30 songs on it, and I know that Swollen Members has more fat on a 20 album song than 30 at Necro's.
I don't know. So I also wrote that there's a lot of lines of rap that a chick wearing a fitted monster hat might get tattooed on her lower back or her navel. And the example I used was, "You'll die really slow if you don't appreciate life." And so he says this to get some kind of deep. He's gained some kind of deep understanding using the wisdom of the ancients about how to exist peacefully on this earth. And it's really something that just some crackhead would get tattooed on them at some point if they had a couple of bucks and a little bit of free time.
No, you just see fucking Necro.
Slowly if you don't appreciate knife.
He says
you're whack if you don't appreciate knife.
Oh, okay, there you go.
All I can just picture with that description, Joe, is just Necro fucking cross-legged in a park, just meditating, just like fucking transcending the struggles.
The next thing I wrote this, and then I had to stop writing it to look it up. I thought the guy who, like, Necro probably looks like the kind of guy who gets with a girl who wears a fitted monster cap. And I looked him up.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure as shit.
He's
the same guy, right? So whatever, fine.
Bit of a shitty beard, a black only toque.
So I also
the kind of guy that like walks down the side of a highway.
Yeah. Without a shirt on. Without a shirt on.
Baby character.
Without a shirt on. He's a little doughy without a shirt on. Couple bad tattoos.
You're getting on the other side of the sidewalk if he's coming towards you. For sure you are.
He's got a tattoo of his last girlfriend on his back and his other girlfriend on his shoulder.
He's got a kill count on his shoulder.
So I also talked about I Need Drugs a bit, which is a song that I listened to a couple times to get all the lyrics. I wrote that I Need Drugs has a weird 80s bell ballad going on behind it, while Necro riffs on getting high as efficiently and as cheaply as possible. It sounds like something you'd hear at a church, except the lyrics are all about interviewing drug abuse and scamming a dealer in live AA meetings or whatever. I've been 30 days clean. That's what I tell all the meetings. I think he says that for his
when we meet face to face, I got $10 less. Yeah. It's the best.
That's an LL Cool J song.
Yeah, I Need Love.
I kept going. I was doing these like song by song, but then when I looked at the list and realized there was 1,000 songs deep, there was 1 trillion songs on his greatest hits. I had to.
Oh yeah.
So
you can buy with a handful.
DBD, which I think is Dead Body Disposal or Dead Body.
Dead Body Disposal.
So I wrote Dead Body Disposal, among other songs, completely revolves around disposing of dead bodies or killing somebody. Yeah. I was around for early Eminem, and there's not a single recorded Eminem song that holds a candle to this.
No.
I wrote a second note on this one, which I didn't do a lot of times, so I wrote it on this one. I said it's almost too much to listen to, except that the rhymes are borderline brilliant, which is basically every single song. It's almost so bad you can't listen to it, except the flow is so good that you can't turn it off.
Yeah. Which is why it's like why you're wasting your talent rapping about shit that no one is gonna be able to get behind.
The guy's a genius. The guy is a genius. He's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking nasty. But I fuck with him hard, man. Still.
I fuck with him pretty heavily.
Tons. He's just so talented, but you're exactly right.
Stud. The guy's an absolute stud when he gets going. I said, I honestly don't know how, before streaming for novelty made money, how this guy earned a living. You wouldn't buy this album, would you? And I said, like, if you bought this today, you'd be put on a watch list. There's just no way you'd ever buy this album. How would you sell this to somebody in your life? Like, oh, I bought this fucking Necro album. You're going to love it. It's about disposing of the dead.
Yeah. I don't know. We have a friend that bought it.
Fuck yeah. But guess who? Guess. Yeah. Yeah. No, you just come home like, hey, babe, I got this new album. You want to fucking vibe it or what? Come on, sit down and grab a seat.
I wrote underneath that another second note, which is rare on these reviews, but there's a few of them on this Necro shit. I said, would you be more embarrassed buying this or buying some weird sex toy from the stag shop, all other things being equal? I don't really know. I don't know if I would if I was with myself or with somebody else, if I went to the stag shop to buy a weird kink toy or went to HMB to buy this, where would I be more embarrassed? I'd probably be more embarrassed buying the CD.
Whoa,
you think?
man.
I don't know if it'd be embarrassed, but I
don't know. How bad would the sex toy have to be for you to even have that discussion with yourself, Will?
I guess. I don't know.
All I'm saying is the cashier's going to look at you and be like, yeah, good call, man.
Oh, my God.
For sure.
No.
For sure.
Okay. So I said that this probably appealed to the Korn and Limp crowd in the 90s. I'm guessing that's who it was for, right? Who else
and the Juggalos. The
ICP
ICP
club. The Juggalos, yeah.
Who's the Juggalos?
Insane Clown Posse and that shit. You never seen those guys?
I know ICP, but I don't know these guys.
Look them up. That's a good rabbit hole to go down.
Okay.
Juggalos and Juggalettes, Juggafest or whatever the fuck they do.
So I said that there's a bunch of really good songs on this CD where the beat and combo really hit well because the contrast between this guy's angry flow and whatever soft loop he puts on it really does the trick. He knows what he's doing when it comes to production against the rap. He does a good job with that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, he does. He knows hip hop real well. He's good. He's just he just completely isolated himself.
Yeah.
By death rap, his own genre.
Right after I wrote that, I wrote a second note.
How much money I can make.
Oh fuck. He could have been so rich though. This guy, oh fuck, what a ton of wasted money here. And then I wrote underneath that, it must have come on right after. It says, of course, there's a Forgot About Dre remix on this CD.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
stab in your chest.
Too.
I don't know. I didn't write the name of it down. I just wrote Forgot About Dre.
Murder
what is it?
Life.
Yeah, Murder Your Life.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I wrote probably the most important question of our generation. Does Necro, when he goes to bed at night, think he's better than Eminem?
He was beefing Eminem, man.
Does he think he's better than Eminem?
Probably does. I would imagine he does.
He
probably thinks he's the best.
Thinks he's better than everyone ever.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I respect that. Huge.
I can see that.
I really don't know.
Man, he's the fucking best.
I also wrote that Creepy Crawl is again a song about murder. It's pretty good, except the beat is terrible. Or the hook is terrible. Sorry, the hook is terrible.
Stabbing.
I wrote something I'll talk about in the final review of the album, but the worst for my money rhyme on the album is the Our Life, I guess it's called. Murder, kill, Necro and Ill Bill, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Our Life.
Not good.
Yeah.
You don't think what?
That's not good. And I think the worst line on the album where I think he really starts to nail it in. I didn't check. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't check his age when this came out, but Take My Rep Serious Like a Satellite has to be one of the worst rhymes on one of the worst songs ever. Pop your head off.
Oh, that's new Necro.
Yeah, it's really fucking bad. Really fucking bad. He must have been old when that came out. It's really fucking bad.
That's pretty recent. He's down to pee on Rihanna and Beyonce if she's down, though.
Well, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So,
that's a sick bar from that fucking dude.
Let me get my phone here to pull up the questionnaire. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. The first question is, did you like the album now? Why or why not? I said no. I don't like it now. And I don't know when I listen to it. I'm not like that's my problem really. I don't know when I would put this on. I like the flow. The beats
like
are pretty
family
good.
Dinner or something.
Yeah,
you like it wasted at the cottage. Because you did like it wasted at the cottage. So
I did like it. I did like it when I was under the influence for sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's leave this for now. We'll come back to this.
what?
Would I've liked the album the year it came out? It came out in 2014. So this is greatest hits. I said maybe. I don't know if I would like it in 2014, but if I heard some stuff from this in like 98 or 99, I would have been all for it. Because that was the same year Eminem started coming like to mainstream that I was getting into it. I would have liked it for sure. This is the edgy stuff that every 13-year-old wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Didn't want his parents to hear, want to talk about it at school, but didn't want to talk about it at the dinner table. This is a perfect mix, right?
That's when I first heard fucking Head Split. I think I was 13.
Like this is almost too hard for anybody under the age of 25. Like it should almost be illegal, right? Like this is very close to that threshold. So the next question, one we've had a problem with, I think, most of the time tonight, and we're going to have a little bit of an issue with again here, is what's the album good for? And I said, quote, unless you're killing or raping someone, shooting up, I don't know. Even then, I said, even then it would induce anxiety. The album is just too much. It's just too much fire behind this guy all the time. Like, why doesn't he just calm down a little bit?
There's
if he calmed down a
reality.
little. Reality.
It's too real for you.
Yeah,
you're just too thin-skinned.
Maybe that's the problem.
You just can't relate.
Fuck,
you just buzzed your head. This is like now your new lane. You gotta get into this. You gotta feel that look, bro.
So I'll say this. Number 4, you're gonna like this. The best song on the album is Underground.
Okay, nice.
It's
what
the
you
best
gonna
song.
do to it, Necro?
I said that's a great. It's a great beat. It almost makes the rap bearable, which is ironic because I think the song is about hating mainstream rap, right?
Yeah.
That beat and that flow. I listened to it a third time, like just before we started. It's fucking good. That's a good fucking song. He does a good job on the beat, good job on the rap, outstanding. Also, in terms of like the best song on the album, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be comparing it to. Like when we talked earlier about like 90s rap, like you're comparing Fabulous like 90s, 2000s rap. You're comparing like Jeru, Damaja, to like Premier and all those guys. What am I supposed to compare this to? What is the comp for this? How much
Eminem.
No. Well, it's not even that. It's Slipknot's even Slipknot's like preschool compared to this guy.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to compare? There is a song where he talks in detail, including like the scientific names of decomposition accelerants for a body. Like, how is it possible that this guy is on what is the comparable for this? There's not. Like on Much Music, Role Models by Eminem was almost all just no lyrics and only beat. It was censored. The whole thing was censored.
Yeah.
What would this?
Had to write like 2 songs basically.
Yeah, like this is. It's beyond the pale. There's nothing close to this.
Yeah, it's so hot.
It is fucking hot, man. It is some good shit.
The worst song on the album was "Pop Your Head Off." Terrible song.
Yeah.
Total mail-in job. It's terrible. The lyrics are terrible. The beat is terrible. It's all bad. If the album was released today, how would it be received? Well, let me tell you. I think there would probably be an angry Twitter mob at this guy's fucking door in the first 20 minutes. I can't imagine this would go well for the guy. There's zero chance.
He's still releasing albums.
Not like this. He can't release.
Yeah, of course he is. They might be worse.
He says
he hasn't veered off step a fucking inch.
Is
this
PayPal
guy, his new
still
shit.
Payments for this guy? Like you can't even get a PayPal payment if you're like a cam girl. How is this guy still getting paid on PayPal?
Dude, he's got a song called "Lickin' Pussy," and then basically the whole video is him just dumping milk on chicks and shit. It's so fucking retarded.
2018.
Yeah. He hasn't veered off step an inch. Like his new song is fucking dope. Blicky, it's fucking good. It is so good.
I was laughing. He's like, "Is it dope? Maybe."
You heard it, Blicky. You've heard it.
Oh my, yeah, true.
You have heard it. It's fucking nasty. He just talks about holding grudges and shit. It's a sick beat. You'll actually like it.
I gotta listen to it. I don't know.
You would like it. It's fucking heat.
So,
You'll like it.
So question 7 and question 8, really where things take a turn from the expected here. Will this album stand the test of time? Fuck yeah, it will, man. There's nothing else in this fucking genre. People who love this shit. So fucking love it now. What I give the album?
Wins.
Fucking 7 out of 10, man.
Nice.
It's what? Fucker, yeah, why not? The beats are good. The rap, if you can get through the fucking content, the rhymes are brilliant. The guy's a fucking stud. If you're talking about this guy, I would not put any rapper who has a popular release in the last 3 years in the booth with this guy and bet on that rapper. Like 21 with this guy. Is Drake going in there with this guy? No one is going in there with this guy. And this guy's 40 years old now, by the way. Almost 50. He was born in 76.
Yeah.
He's so fucking old. Like, he's like 45 years old.
And the thing is, like, first of all, like, Drake and those guys, they wouldn't even go in the studio. They'd be far too shook. Even with their entourage and shit, they'd be like, no, we can't go into Necro Studios, like, in his house in a room. Just, like, fucking just to look at off. Yeah, and then they go in there, like, the thing is, like, the difference between him and other people, like, he is fucking seeing this shit. Like, he's born in a pretty fucking hard area. Like, he's not, like, fucking around. Like, he's not just saying, like, Drake would say how hard he is. And he's not hard.
Not hard at all. I'm
taking Necro's word for it. Maybe not with the killing and shit. Maybe he just, like, likes that shit. But, like, I bet you he's definitely robbed someone. He's definitely fucking been robbed, jumped, whatever, you name it.
Just the shit that he talks about, it's like, you can't not have done that, you know?
You're not even keeled person if you're just saying that for fun.
The song where he's talking about, like, bringing the body parts around the city after putting them in the freezer because the scent will be easier to stomach, and even the most curious bitch wouldn't open it. Why the fuck would she? Or whatever he says.
Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
even a nosy bitch wouldn't open it. It makes no sense.
You guys know all the words.
Yeah. It's so good, man. Like, that's the thing. That's why it's so hard. Like, I have to pick and choose who I show him to.
Yeah,
because like most people are gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? As opposed to like appreciating how good it is, right? It is fucked, but it's fucking good.
Most of his songs have like less than 1 million views.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not surprised. But yeah, no, he's good. I'm glad that was the take I was expecting you to have. Honestly, I didn't expect you to be like, oh, this slapped. I didn't expect that.
I'm not gonna hate it. Like, it was fine. It just, you know, it's not everyone's favorite kind of music, and that's okay.
It's probably most people's not favorite kind.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably not.
I'll fuck with it. Yeah. How far into this? This has been a long one, I think.
It's 2 hours in.
Holy fuck.
I'm looking at the Necro Blicky, like the YouTube video, and people fucking are loving it. There's 1.5 thousand thumbs up, and there's 44 thumbs downs. And there is every single comment is loving it.
Yeah, that makes
every single comment is loving it.
It was a fucking banger, man. I was so shook when I heard it. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is so good. Like, I just like New Necro, right? New Necro.